Assalamu alaikum. This is the KIK representing Pole Bum Society today. Today I'm interviewing
Cruz Ocho, one half of the highest low.
one half of the highest low, and he's dropping a new project called
94 tape.
So we're going to get some time, have some time, and dive into it and ask my man some questions to let y'all know what my man's up to. Okay, how long have you been rapping?
Since I was 16, and I'm 34 now, so 18 years?
Ooh. So who were some of the people who influenced you in rapping?
The Far Side is a big influence on my style.
Why is that?
I just really liked how melodic, but like kind of not so serious they were about like their content. Like they could do like goofier content or like talk about topics that weren't so like putting on a hard persona or anything like that. So I loved that about the Far Side. And then on top of that, just like the patterns of how they rhyme and shit like that, like it was just something I've always like been amazed by. Like them, De La, and Tribe, like definitely are like huge
Top tier
for me.
Gotcha.
Specifically, yeah. Other than that, of course I'm a big Nas fan, big J fan. What really initially got me to start writing or rapping was Cannabis, because but like the earlier shit from him, because it was like, you know, like it was very battly, but it was very intelligent, and it was very like, I don't know, he was just talking about all these different things. I was like, whoa, like this is like incredible, just like the way he's putting these words together, and like even just like the things that he's saying, period. It's just like nobody could jump on the track with him at the time,
right,
and body him
right
at the time, you know. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, I want to try that.
Let me ask you this. So what is your process of rapping? Because I know with me, sometimes I write the rhyme, then I get the beat. Sometimes I get the beat, and then I write to the beat. Sometimes I write to another beat, and then I get the main beat and write to that.
Yeah.
So what's your process? Like, you have to meditate, drink a beer, watch anime or something, or just got to be in the mood for it?
I do most of my writing while I drive. So usually I'll get the beat first. I'll burn it on a CD because my aux doesn't work.
Gotcha.
And then I'll listen to that beat over and over while I'm driving, whether it's like going, from point A to point B, like work or whatever the hell, or grocery shopping. I have my headphones in, and like I'll listen to the beat that way too. So like being out and about kind of forces me to like focus on the beat, because if I'm not at home, I'm gonna find distractions.
Gotcha.
I can't write at home because I'll find anything to distract me. But if I'm driving, for example, which is the best like place for me to write, my hands are on the wheel, my eyes are on the road, my ears are to the music.
Right.
So I can think and build my bars that way. So I might repeat a bar and then figure out what comes next, and then repeat it, figure out what comes next, and that's how I write in my head.
Gotcha.
And once I kind of have a solid direction of where I want to go, then I'll jot it down on my phone so I don't forget it, because I will forget it.
You know what I call that? Bubbling. I call it bubbling.
Bubbling.
I'll be like, I got this word, then I got a line. I'll be like, all right, bubbling. But I don't force it. Then a couple of days later, like I add something else, then it'd be bubbling. So
exactly.
And then, or else I write it down and stuff like that.
Sometimes they'll come naturally, and you get it done in a couple of hours, and sometimes you gotta step away,
then come back
a couple days later or a week later or whatever, and then it hits you.
One of the best places I found to write at home is in the bathroom. I don't know why. Maybe because it's off and you're all by yourself and it's like you're unbothered. But
solitude
up in the bathroom, it's like, boom. You're like, I'm in the shower or taking a number 2, and boom. You know what I'm saying? It's there. All right, now I want to ask you this. Now you are one half of the highest low.
Okay.
How many projects does the highest low currently have out?
So I'm going to say 5, and only reason I'm going to say that is because we were under a different name when we were figuring out what our sound was.
And that different name was the
Architects.
Okay.
So we went by this name, we figured out our sound, and we're finally getting good to the point where we can make this shit public. So let's change our name. It's like changing a whole new persona, right? It's just like let's change our whole identity and go down this route.
Gotcha.
So as the highest low, I believe it's 5 projects. It's Middle Finger Mind State was the first EP we put out. Insomnia was the first album we put out, produced by Maker. Although technically that album was done before Middle Finger Mind State. It was completed before Middle Finger Mind State just came out first. After Insomnia, Bootleg Sessions, Life's a Beach, produced by Sub Severe. Champ Low, which was a compilation between us and a duo out of DeKalb at the time, were called State Champs.
Okay.
And then our most recent project, Underdogs.
Gotcha. Now, how many years has the Highest Low been officially a group, including the years that you guys were called the Architects?
Right. Like 16, 17 years about. Because I've met Justin in high school when I was a senior.
Okay.
So I was 17 at the time and 34 now. So, we've been tight since.
That's what's up. Now, since you've been in the group, the Highest Low, and y'all got this catalog of dope shit, what made you want to go out as a solo artist to try to dip your toe up in that to say, I'm ready to put out a solo project? What encouraged you to do that?
So it took me a long time to get comfortable with doing my own thing, because I think our chemistry as a group has always been kind of like, all right, Justin, you got the hooks. Me, I'll, give me your direction. I'll follow that, basically. So I've always, as a group, I've always considered myself as almost like a supporting actor, and he was like the lead, Okay. I'm like, I'm here to do my best to like support him as the focus point, but at the same time, like, doing the solo thing was kind of like I've got to prove myself and others wrong that I'm unable to do my own thing. Because I think there was one time where it's like, I think we were going back and forth with someone, and they're like, oh, you can't break out on your own, you can't do your own thing. I'm like, all right, well, let me do my own thing. Somebody says
that they see the roof, you got to scoot up.
Oh.
Can you see? All right, now you see us. See the roof?
A lot of roof here.
A lot of roof.
But yeah, it's like I'm still part of the group, of course, and we're still working on we're going to be doing another project together soon. He's saying to adjust the camera because we're getting this much of our faces and it's a lot of roof, so that's what he's saying. Tight.
Y'all don't understand the mechanics of trying to of this phone.
We don't have a videographer.
Yeah, so this is rough and uncut, son.
Right. So yeah, like still part of the group, and I still support my partner Justin. Like I still support him and everything he's doing. I'm working on my project, and that's coming out next week. He's going to be releasing his project shortly after mine as well. So like we're still there to like kind of guide each other into doing that. And plus, I feel like we have different stories, so we kind of have different experiences to speak on. Like me, I'm a little older than he is. I'm married, and I've got different experiences than he does. And
Speaking about that you're married, how long have you been married?
8 years.
And how does your wife play into the hip hop? Because I know I've never been married, but I've been engaged, and I had girlfriends. But I know if your significant other does not support what you're doing, it's very hard to do what you do. But if they support you and bag you, that it kind of gives you a boost of confidence to be like, you know what, I could do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be dumb for your significant other to not support what you love to do, because like what it boils down to is we're not doing this because we're looking to cash out. We're not doing this because like, oh, I can make a whole lot of money doing this. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm doing this because I love to do it. I've been doing this for so long. I'm not expecting a big payout. I'm not expecting a lottery type, payout from this shit. I'm doing this shit because I genuinely love to do what I do. And, you know, my wife's super supportive of that. And just like I am super supportive of everything that she does on her, like, creative and work endeavors and stuff like that. Because she quit her corporate job over a year ago, and she's been working for herself since.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, in a sense, it's kind of like the same thing. Because being an independent artist, you're working for yourself. You know, only difference is I'm juggling 2 other jobs on top of what I'm doing. You know, her primary focus is her as a business. So yeah.
Now let me ask you this: how many songs are on the new project?
So 8 songs are the total, and I felt like it would be cool to go with 8. Cruz Ocho. Ocho is 8 in Spanish, and it's just like aesthetic.
And also, like, why did you call this project 94 Tape?
94 Tape because it was very... I feel like on this project in particular, I very much wore my influences on my sleeve with putting these songs together. So not necessarily just the 94 year, but like a lot of the early 90s stuff that like I grew up on and just kind of made me the person I am, because music very much molded the kind of person I am, or, you know, where I pull certain things from as far as music. So early 90s stuff, whether it's like the Roots, like the reason I picked 94 particularly, like as far as the year, is because it was a reoccurring theme in the project. So I didn't even plan it that way, but like Raw 94, which is one of the tracks on the album, you know, 94. So like we keep, you know, we keep that theme. And then I also mentioned Do You Want More as an album, which came out in 94 as well. So, you know, it was kind of a reoccurring theme, but in general, I kind of felt like it really encapsulated like this whole early 90s like influence in the music. You know, I don't want to make it seem like it sounds dated to where it sounds like it came out at that era, but you can definitely tell that the influences are there.
Now let me ask you, who are the producers on this project?
So there's a few different producers. Joe Tice, who did our whole Underdogs project, did, I want to say, 3 songs on this album. Yeah, he did 3. So there's 8 songs total. First song was done by Cool Out Chris, who's a producer out of Chicago.
I know him.
Rapper.
I know him.
Really dope guy.
That's
really
a cool guy. Yeah, like they grew up together.
Exactly. So Cool Out Chris is just an overall dope individual and just like cool guy in general. So I'm going through the track list in my head. So the Cool Out Chris joint is the very first joint that you hear. The second and third joint, Raw 94 and Everything Is Fine, are both done by L. Brown, another Chicago producer affiliated with the like Team Backpack and all that. So he's been around for a while doing his thing as well. The fourth track on there, which is called Iron Chic, is done by my friend Jay Arthur, who's a rapper, singer, producer. That's been a very close friend of ours for a long time. He's in a group also called the Whoever's, and they're pretty like they make a lot of noise in the city as well, in Chicago, you know. The last 4 tracks, 3 of them are done by Joe Tice, and he's been the executive producer on the project, meaning that he's like really kind of helped me with kind of directing how everything sounds. Like if I was uncertain about anything, I always went to him because I trust his ear.
Now I got a question. Did Joe Tice produce Pure Excellence?
True Excellence is done by this guy called The Working Man.
Okay.
I've never met him before. Only reason I know about him is he's done production for a good friend of mine, Mo Cyrus, who's also on this project. Okay. He's like one of 2 rap features I have on this project, and that was on the Raw 94 joint. So I've done stuff with him before, and that's how I heard about The Working Man, because he's done stuff with him before. So I was going through his Instagram one day, and I found that beat, and I was just like, I spazzed over it. I'm like, I need that beat. And I DM'd him immediately. I'm like, how much for that beat? And we worked it out.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, also, I won't say it's the last question, but when does this project drop, and what social media platforms like will it be on?
So it's gonna be pretty much everywhere. So my preferred way of if you plan on buying the project, go to cruzocho.bandcamp.com.
Say that again, son.
Cruz Ocho, so I'll spell it out. CRUZOCHO.bandcamp.com. The reason I prefer that is because Bandcamp pays out their artists a lot more than these streaming services.
Yes.
So when per play, Spotify, Apple Music, and all these other ones will pay you a fraction of a penny per song being played.
No. A fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny.
Of a penny. Exactly. It really doesn't come out. Thank you, Alberto. Appreciate you. So cruzocho.bandcamp.com. That's the site right there. So on October 8th, which is the release date for the project, DistroKid is what's actually putting out the project on all of the other avenues. So because of DistroKid, you'll find the album on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, like literally everything out there. Even SoundCloud, which I'm putting out that way as well. But of course, SoundCloud doesn't even pay their artists at all. So, so if you're gonna listen to it, I'm not gonna shame you for listening to it by streaming. If that's your primary way of listening to it, if it's most convenient for you, I appreciate the stream.
But don't be cheap. Go out there and support my man, a local artist doing some really talented, good ass work. So you can go to SoundCloud and peep it, but go to the main sites and actually purchase it. Don't be cheap.
So yeah, if you would like to purchase the album, cruzocho.bandcamp.com. If you primarily use a streaming service like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of that, it's going to be there too. Cruz Ocho is the name. The album's called 94 Tape, and it is dropping October 8th. That's Friday next week.
Also, do you have any upcoming shows?
So I'm working out the details on a show October 17th. It's going to be in the city. I'm still working out the details on that. So if you would like to know any details on it, add me on Facebook here. KIK has added me to the post saying that he was going to interview me. So go ahead and add me as a friend. I'll add you back. All good. And I'll keep updates on there. You can also follow me on Instagram at Cruz Ocho and the number 8. So
say it again, son.
At CRUZOCHO and the number 8. No, sorry, Alberto. No Spanish hip hop. Unfortunately, I don't know Spanish. I know, it's sad. I'm ashamed to say that. I'm super ashamed to say that. I'm ashamed
staying out of this one.
to say that anytime I have to say that.
We don't want to end on a downer, but this is my man Cruz Ocho, one half of the highest low. He has a project coming out called
94 Tape,
and that project will be out
next Friday, October 8th,
on all social media platforms. This is the KIK representing Pro Bump Society. We just want to say thank you, and make sure you support hometown artists that actually do good work, that's actually putting some time up in the craft. Go out and support them. You can go to SoundCloud and listen to it, but make sure you actually go to their site and purchase the music. I guess that's all. We want to thank those who tuned in. Hopefully y'all will tune in some more later, or other people will tune in later, but we just want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you. I got to hold the phone to shake say that.
We're working it out. We made it happen.
Any last thing you want to say to the fans, the people, fam, or like whoever?
Add me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Do cool shit. Do whatever you love. As long as you're not hurting anybody, do that shit.
Oh, and my man has a line on True Excellence.
There you go.
And
you got the bar?
The bar is, hold on. The bar, he says something to the effect of keep your stats in.
Keep your stats and percentages. Because I don't write raps, I write messages. And I don't make songs, I make medicine. No side effects and no benefits.
Come on, man. Who fucking with that right there? That's just my shit right there, because it's deep, you know what I'm saying? But all right, we out. This is My man Cruz, KIK. Support local hometown talent. AL, we out. Peace.
Peace.